I think we lost him, Fire Nation. Sorry, guy. If only we knew something about medical. Stay tuned for some in-depth information about the medical system inside of the game Project Zomboid. Alright, without further ado, let's get right into it. So these are some of the first things that you're going to need whenever you're working towards becoming a better medic. Starting from left to right, this is the order of bandages in which they work best at preventing bleeding. An adhesive bandage will simply despawn after it is dirty. Make sure you always have a disinfectant such as an alcohol wipe, bottle of disinfectant, or maybe even a bottle of bourbon. Although the bourbon is less effective when applied to rags, if you directly apply the bourbon, it will work the same as a bottle of disinfectant. Antibiotics are extremely important when fighting an infected wound, but will not stop zombification. Getting bit by a zombie is a for sure way to turn into a zombie. If you are in turn bitten, you have 72 hours to live the rest of your life. Some secondary items that we may need to use eventually: suture needle. We can use this suture needle to stitch any deep wounds that we can get from glass and or bullets. Talking about glass and bullets, if you're trying to remove a glass and or bullet, the tweezer is a great way to do that. During that process, make sure you use a sterilized bandage so you don't have to disinfect and then bandage, saving yourself some time. Spawning in with the doctor profession on a character can give you a huge boost in this area, giving you +3 first aid as you spawn in. As you can see over here, I have a bunch of moodlets, so I'm very hungry, which is going to reduce my strength and healing. Extremely bored, so I have a very high chance of becoming unhappy. If my character is depressed, they will be equipping items and doing actions much slower. As you can see, the moodlets are at different color levels, so this is like a deep red, so I'm severely depressed. You can kind of tell with each moodlet that this is probably going to be the first level because it's not very red. This is the highest level because the outskirts of it is very red. There's a few things that you can do if your character is feeling depressed, such as using an antidepressant and or smoking the stress away somehow, either with cigarettes or if you have the weed mod. If you're very panicked, your character's accuracy will be decreased significantly, which is especially noticed inside of firearms. As you can see here, my health is pretty low, so if I wanted to increase my health, all I would have to do is really just remove all these moodlets, take some depression meds, eat some food, smoke a little bit, get rid of this injury, whatever it is. If you're able to get rid of these moodlets, your health will definitely increase, especially if your character is full. Since I want to increase my health, I want to get rid of this hunger moodlet. So as you can see, my character is now full to bursting. My health is increasing at a very fast rate. Also, this tab all the way to the right, called the temperature, is a very important tab. As you can see, my character has a pretty normal body temperature right now. If his temperature was super hot, his attack speeds could be reduced up to 90%. So definitely stay hydrated. I would recommend walking around with 2 bottles of alcohol filled with water. Here are 2 items that you may not use at the start of the game, but eventually you will use. The splint, just in case if you have a broken bone, it reduces the time that it takes to heal. To use a mortar and pestle, you're going to need to choose the trait herbalist at the start whenever you're creating a character. This way you can find medicinal herbs and craft medicines and poultices from them. The poultice, such as a comfrey poultice, you can recover from broken bones even faster. 2 other poultices that you can create are a plantain poultice, which aids recovery from wounds, and a wild garlic poultice, which helps fight infection. There are some other medicinal plants that you can find, such as black sage, which can help with mild pain relief, common mallow, which will reduce cold and flu symptoms, ginseng, which will restore endurance, and lemongrass, which will soothe food poisoning. Now with all that being said, let's get into how to level up the first aid trait itself. To simulate the damage, let's see if we can put our character through a little pain here through jumping through a window and possibly get some glass in our hands. Always make sure that you have your boosters applied throughout reading books. Here I'm going to break this glass with my hand, which will in turn damage my character. As you can see now, my character is minor bleeding, he's in pain, and he's agitated right away. But as you can see, I have a deep wound. I'm bleeding and I have lodged glass shards in my hand. If I don't take care of this fast enough, my character will bleed out over time. So let's get on it right away. Our wound is now infected because we didn't take care of it fast enough. So this is going to make the medical process a bit harder. As you can see, we're starting out with 0 XP in this channel, so let's see what this wound will give us. So if we right click on the wound, it'll give us 3 options. We're definitely going to want to get rid of this glass first. This is going to increase the bleeding and give us more pain, so we want to disinfect this right away. And now we want to stitch this up. Now over time, if this infection comes back, which it has a small chance to, we can always fight it off with either antibiotics or using more sterilized bandages or a disinfectant. Over time, we can take these stitches out and we can see if our wound has healed. For now, what we will do is cover it with a sterilized bandage so we can decrease further the rate of infection. Off of that one mishap, we gained around 80 XP, which isn't that bad. Repeat the process and your XP will continue to grow. Keeping your character safe during the apocalypse is going to keep you going further. It's going to keep you killing more zombies. It's going to keep you in the game longer. Being a medic has all of its benefits, especially using the herbalist trait. You're able to make poultices and find medical herbs. You're able to heal other players in multiplayer. Overall, being a medic is a super strong personal trait. So how are you going to heal people? Fire Nation, thank you for joining me. If you know anybody that might need some help with the medical skill, please share this video. Until next time.